up, you guys? Don't mind me. I'm currently editing another video, but before you watch the video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Actually, not before. At the end of this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe, of course, and turn on post notifications so that you are notified every time that I upload a new video. Alright, let's do the video, shall we? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know you guys have been a while since I last uploaded a video, and I do apologize, but all great things still need some fixing here and there just to make it better for when it does get reopened. So, welcome back. And I thought to myself, I can give you a simple dry vlog that made no sense, that never needed, or I can give you something amazing and fantastic. So, what other choice do I have? So, I hit up one of my greatest friends from high school and right now current growing entrepreneur and CEO of Simply Galore, Lexi. Yeah, Lexi.
Lexi, because a lot of people don't know that my real name is Alexis, but a lot of people forget to add the us to it, because you know it's spelled differently.
Yeah.
So spelled ALEXUSS, but you know they don't pronounce it right, so just call me Lexi.
Oh, what's in there? I said when I got my name, like you just give me an unorthodox name because you know I'm destined for greatness.
Okay.
Right, I was like, you gave me a lifelong spelling. Y'all try spelling Verkis at age 4. I want to see y'all try. But anyway, so if y'all have not already known, Lexi, she made this market, starting off with Furry Shoes, man, a picture here. That legit was something, you know, she's a college student, you know, you need some college is not cheap, y'all.
At all.
So, of course, you want to do some little side projects, people tell you, you should sell it. She started selling it. That she took off really well because in our community that we live in, everyone knows everyone. And in these cases, it's perfect for marketing. Mm-hmm. One word tells 10,000 flies, which tells another 1,000 flies.
Yep.
So her slippers took off. Now for me, I'm like, I'm not a dude. I love my slippers, but not with fur. So I'm like, you know what? There's no way her mind gonna let her just stay on one thing. So I waited. I waited. She released patches. Here's the fun thing about those patches. I actually was gonna hit her up to buy one for myself, and I'm like, maybe I should do something better. Maybe I should help the people who can't afford them a chance at getting them.
Yep.
So, in our community, of course, and anyone outside of it. So I'll hit her up, DM her, talking about, hey, you growing. I was starting my channel. I was probably like 8 videos in. And I'm like, let's get our names out there. My fans see your fans, your viewers see my viewers, and just expand it. So I hit her up for the giveaway, and then that took off beautifully. Tell us about your inventory.
Honestly, my inventory is so large and is growing by the day. I started off with, like you said, Fluffs and Puffs by Lex. That was it.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Fluffs and Puffs
by Lex. So it was just fluffy slides, any color that you wanted. I could add diamonds to the Nike. It was crazy. I was doing all types of alterations to those slides. But now, since I was able to expand, I'm now making shirts, sweaters, hoodies, jumpsuits, tracksuits. I make birth announcements right here. Unbox or unbag some stuff for you guys. So birth announcements for the kitties.
Now that is amazing.
And then I make rolling trays. So I have this one. I call this one the hip hop rolling tray. And I have the Rick and Morty. And then, as you said, ashtrays. This was a rolling tray from Lexi. And then here's the ashtray. And the liner to go with it. So I make a lot of stuff, including that wonderful thing, shirts as well. I can't breathe. So there's honestly a lot of products I can't even get all out. I make keychains as well. What else? Button pins, so like memorial button pins. I just made one for myself. I made one for another, can't say name, but I made some for somebody for her mother. So I honestly love being able to do that because I feel like without me, or not even without me, but without the talent that I'm like producing and giving to the community, they're not able to honor the people that they've lost sometimes. So I make shirts, memorial shirts, all of that. So it's a lot.
So, question. So when you started, I'll get ask question. I'm gonna go back a little bit, but with this one, when you started with Fluffs and Puffs, were you afraid of branching out? Like it wasn't gonna take off, you weren't gonna like the interest, because probably someone always find something similar out there. What was like you thought you wanted to expand beyond slippers?
Honestly, when I first expanded beyond slippers, I think the first product that I made was those patched shirts and patched hats. And I wouldn't say scared, I would say nervous, because whenever you explore a new area or just new talent, I would say, it's hard because you don't know if the product is going to be up to par. Like I had to test it myself. Like I would pull on the shirts, pull on the hat just to make sure the patches wouldn't come off, and the product was actually of quality. You know what I'm saying? And it was good quality, not just any type of quality. But I wouldn't say I was scared, nervous if anything. But if anything, I kept up with those customers that I first reached out to and first sold those products to, because they're my testies.
Okay, so let's start at the nitty gritty, the beginning. I mean, everything that starts off. What, where, how did Simply Galore just start, birth, seed, grow?
Well, like I said, Fluffs and Puffs by Lex was the first ever. That was me at first. But then it reached Simply Galore because simply, it's a lot of stuff to be simple.
Yeah.
But the galore of options and customizations that I can make is what makes it so big and so, I think, lovable. I think that's why people love Simply Galore, because there's so much that I can make. I get people coming to me in my inbox every day like, hey, can you make this? And I'm like, I don't know, but I can definitely try. Like my hairstylist face covers for my hairstylists that want to maintain the client privacy, but also brand themselves. Casman from Zion.
Yeah, she does hair.
She does hair.
Yeah.
Cash Doll. She was the first ever customer I had for those hairstylists. And I, to this day, thank her. Like, you know what? You put me on to those. She was like, can you make me this? And I was like, you know what? I don't even know where to start. And Amazon, like I said, best friend. And I just started from there. But I got my name Simply Galore from my grandmother, just because it may be simple to me, but it's a galore of options to you guys. So Simply Galore.
Oh, most definitely. I can have a lot of times I'll be with Amoya or someone, and we are looking for, because I like having that thing no one has. Mm-hmm. I will search far and wide. I will spend the dollar for something that no one else has. That's why I love everything I buy. That's why I feel like whatever I buy has to match my name. There's only one Ricky's in the world.
Yep.
I check. So I'm like, I need something that just says me, not something that says everyone else.
Exactly.
So that's why when I came across your site and you actually expand, I was like, let me check her out. Let me see what she has to add. And I was like, oh, she's doing great in this. And I think the first thing that you had that I legit wanted, and for some reason every time I was gonna buy it, I never did, I think were patches. Because I used to buy a lot of hats, and I was like, I wanted one, but I'm like, all right, maybe we should have one that says me, instead of one that of her options, but I never hit you up. So I was like, whatever, we're gonna let it go. So as far as everything in this case now, I know running business definitely has its hardships.
Definitely.
So, especially whether it's from a clientele or your personal life, how, people that don't know, how was it balancing college and business?
Baby, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the hardest thing I ever had to do this far with my business, just because I had to graduate. Because if you come home without that diploma, my mama was gonna get on my ass. Okay, so that was the first thing. But honestly, I would go to my classes, I would make sure my homework was done, and then I'd do orders. That was just it, because I feel like I was at college for a reason.
Right. And
if Simply Galore didn't work out, this was my backup plan. You know
right.
what I'm saying? This is what I had. This is what I originally was going to set my mind to before I even thought about Simply Galore. So that had to be finished. Like, I was never going to start the race and never finish. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So as far as getting to the post office before it closed and doing the order, that was the hardest part. The post office in DeKalb, I will say, because I was located in DeKalb when you had first reached out to me, it closed at 6:30, and that was a big help. Shout out to DeKalb Post Office. I love y'all. y'all don't even know my name, but y'all took my packages and y'all made sure they got to their destinations on time, and I was there on time. But that was the hardest part, getting to that post office, because I was away from everybody.
Yeah.
Because I'm located in Lake County now.
Yeah.
Before I was in DeKalb. So everybody that I was reaching out to, selling dicks to, was in Lake County. They're like, oh, well, you have to ship it to me. And I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Right.
But I would say that was the hardest part, was just shipping and being able to get those orders done in a timely manner. But now, take off.
Now, with all the people and the branding and all the words I'm here to say, the love you got, the purchase support, the buyers, the ones keeping them back, the reoccurrings, from where you are now, when you started then, did you see or predict or like just speak this to existence where you are now, or does it always just amaze you every time you wake up and see new orders?
Every day it's amazing, because I swear to God, and I don't even do that, Lord Jesus, I love you, but every day I wake up with a new order, and I thank God for that, because there was days when I would go weeks without an order. Literally, when I was in DeKalb, Simply Galore was like, it wasn't on the back burner, but it wasn't as pressing as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So now I get people that I went to school with, or people I don't even know that come back to me, and I try to make every experience great. You know what I'm saying? And even if I can't make it great, I'm compensating in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Customer service is always going to be the trickiest thing for any business person. So master that first. You know what I'm saying? Always be there for your customers. Communication is key. And also, I love being transparent, just like I was with you before I got here. You know what I'm saying? Be transparent, because if you lie, if you make excuses, you know what I'm saying? Everybody makes mistakes. Life happens. Right. I'm a firm believer in that. So just be transparent with your customers. Let them know, you know, how everything's rocking, how many orders you really, truly have.
Exactly.
Because that's all that's going to happen. You know, you got to make sure they know what they're getting into.
Exactly. A lot of people who like want to start something, like let's say for the assistants YouTube, everybody wants, you know, they see what, you know, their fans are idol, their influencer, but no one sees how they got there.
Exactly.
Like the hard thing, they just show up there. So of course I'm like, yeah, I got all these fans. I checked your engagement or your followings, it's not matching. Like you have 4,000 followers, but you get like 20 likes a picture. I'm like, it's just, you got like this part, this middle work, this middle right here, that will show your character. That will show everyone who is following you, who wants to work with you, how serious you are about it. Like I said, for you guys watching, I reached a milestone, and for me, this is a large one. I have 114 subscribers. For the longest, I didn't even care about the number. Like, I still don't care about the number, because I do it because it's, for me, there's a lot of people out there who are also, you know, who are, I'm going to say customizing and selling it as well. I only hear about yours more than anybody. So like, what is it that you know that you can see your buyers or your supporters that are taking it and like going to you versus someone who's already been in the same business longer than you? What like? Do you think someone has a difference, or just more about that loyalty?
I will say loyalty has a piece of it. You know, I have people that come to me and only me for their shirts and their masks and everything else. But I also want to say it's about that first impression.
Yeah. That
first impression really does matter. Like when your mom tells you, you know, the first impression counts, you'll never be able to do it again. Really stick to it. You know what I'm saying? So when I have a new customer, I always try to respond on time. You know what I'm saying? If something goes wrong in the order, I'm letting them know, whether it be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the morning. Just read it when you wake up. I'm just letting you know this is what happened. You know. I also think that customer service plays a big role in my area, because at the same time, if somebody doesn't like something, if something is placed wrong, it makes a big impact. And just being transparent, compensating. Like I messed up, and I will say it. I messed up on an order a couple times, you know, and I compensated. I gave her a $5 credit. I gave her a free rolling tray on top of her rolling tray. You know what I'm saying? Mistakes happen, and that's what I kind of dislike about the whole social media aspect of today. It's just because mistakes aren't included in videos. Mistakes aren't included in everyday life. People don't know about it. Like you said, people try and hide lies and hide their real them every single day, and I don't like that. I like being transparent. My computer a month ago crashed. Like would not turn on, black screen, just done for. I had to go out and buy a whole new laptop the next day, and I had orders that were due that day. So I made posts, I inboxed those customers, and I let them know, and they actually loved me for actually reaching reaching out to them and telling them instead of just ducking from them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Only popping out with the product when it's done. No.
Right.
There's a lot that goes into this customizing stuff.
Most definitely. I definitely agree. And another thing about like social media, like they do glorify success. And like no one, only a few people, like 5% of social media will actually show you the actual real grind of how to get how they're. And then for a lot of people, I think a lot of people forget that the influencers y'all show and love and support and love and comment and like and share, they're still people. So when they do show the struggle, I don't get why we as people have to attack them for having normal lives. Yeah. Like I get, just they might make more than we do in a week, but they go through the same problems. They still face it. Like I know we gotta attack them for being like someone had a cheating scandal, uproar. It happens.
It happens, and another thing that I don't like is the fact that the nasty comments, it's the nasty comments for me. Like, I can't, like, you need to understand that you aren't the only person who has an opinion. You aren't the only person who's seeing this. Like, there are kids. And when the kids see that, or it is a kid, because now it's catfishing all the time.
Right.
So we just have to be more aware and more conscious to the fact that these are people, things happen, and I want to raise awareness about that and suicide, because now social media and suicide are now going hand in hand, because there's a lot of people doing that because they're getting bullied, and it's crazy. It's just, social media, we have to stop giving, I think he's, like you said, giving it so much power, because we have kids that are not as strong as us, and we have to remember that. Like, kids are not as strong as us, and they definitely take things way more serious and way to heart than we do.
So, most definitely.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to start leading by example.
But as far as your business works, my question that I had for you is, with everything that's going on, and I know whether it's school, personal life, relationships, friends, because I know all these can have a toll on a person at work. What keeps you going?
What keeps me going, I would honestly say, any Irish person would say the money. But I honestly don't care too much about the money. Just because, as you can see, if you go on my website right now, simplygalore.org, some of my prices are unbeatable. And I mean that to the utmost extent. Like, you will never see those prices ever.
Oh, most definitely. I can vouch for that. Most definitely.
There's always a sale, there's always a coupon, there's always something that I'm, doing to engage in my audience. So I will say that what keeps me going would be my customers. Being able to give them those smiles. Like, I just made some memorial plaques for actually it's my friend's coworker, her mom, and she lost her daughter and I believe it was her mother. And I made her those memorial plaques, and she cried when she got them. And I was like, wow, like, I was able to, give her those tears of joy, or at least those memories flood back into her brain. So, I mean, I loved it, and I love the fact that I could just give those smiles to those customers. Like, I just did another shirt. I did a shirt for an 11-year-old. Her birthday party is, I think, today or tomorrow, actually. And it was Mama theme with Kobe Bryant and his daughter, R.I.P. to them. But yeah, I just love being able to give them those smiles. I think that's what keeps me going. Just smiles and the reviews.
I love that Lexi was able to come and have this lovely interview and talk about everything. Y'all need, like I said, check out her website. I know for a fact it's not the last time that I'll be working up here talking to you. I know. I have a project that I'm gonna tell you more about off camera, but I have a project that's coming up with some other influencers. So you got links, so please check out her website. It'll be linked at the top of my description below. For any occasion, hit her up, y'all. For all my lovely smokers, all my lovely people who love fashion, y'all. She's still making them flops. She's still making them flops.
I am still making
She's
them
still
flops.
making them flops. Is there any message you want to leave to all the people who are watching you, who are starting to do what you are doing now?
I would say to put your best foot forward. Keep your head up, because there will be days that seem so dark that you will never see the sunshine again, but you have to keep your head up. Keep going, sis or bro. Keep it going. Don't ever let anybody tell you what you can or can't do, because you can do whatever you want to do, and that's on period, okay? That's on period. I actually, not only Simply Galore, but I also am now starting a clothing line called Trauma, and it just symbolizes the trauma that we all go through, and I feel like we can all relate to trauma, because because we all experience it. Whether you've seen your mom hit your dad, you know what I'm saying, or you've seen abusive, not only abusive relationship, but a verbally abusive relationship. Anything, any trauma that you've experienced, whether it be cyberbullying or any other issue that we've talked about today, is trauma. And you've lived and you've learned.
I'm checking out more. I'm sure they have more details on social media. You guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Because I always say, stay awesome, stay blessed. And of course, as always, remain royal. Peace.